can't fish here. This is private property. I'm calling the authorities right now. Do you hear me? You can't fish here without a permit.
I've been fishing here for 40 years, ma'am.
I don't care about that. Look at this paper.
The fish don't seem to mind at all.
Every Saturday morning, I fished at the same quiet lake I'd loved for over 20 years. It wasn't just a hobby. It was my favorite place to relax and enjoy nature. The morning couldn't have been more peaceful. The fish were biting. The weather was perfect, and I thought nothing could ruin the day. Instead of listening, she grabbed her phone. She proudly announced she was calling wildlife officers to report me. Only a few minutes later, the officers arrived. Karen looked incredibly pleased with herself. She spent several minutes explaining why she believed I was breaking the law. The officers listened carefully without interrupting. One officer walked over to me with a curious smile. For a brief moment, everything became very quiet. Then something happened Karen never expected. The officer smiled, shook my hand, and greeted me like an old friend. The confidence on Karen's face disappeared instantly. She realized the story wasn't about to end the way she imagined. The lead officer asked how I'd been doing, and thanked me for everything I'd done over the years. Karen looked completely confused as the conversation became friendlier by the second. I handed over my current fishing license and every permit they requested. Everything was organized exactly the way it should be. The officers carefully reviewed each document. After a quick inspection, they confirmed everything was completely valid. The officer explained that this section of the lake was open to licensed public fishing. The rules were clear, and I had followed every one of them. Karen insisted the HOA control the shoreline. The officers politely explained that HOA rules could not override public fishing laws. By now, several neighbors had gathered to watch. It was becoming obvious that things weren't going the way Karen expected. The officer thanked me once again for always respecting local wildlife regulations. That handshake said more than any argument ever could. Karen's confidence disappeared. She quietly realized she had accused the wrong person without knowing the facts. With everything confirmed, the officers wrapped up the visit. They wished me a great day and headed back to their truck. The lake became peaceful once again. I cast my line back into the water, grateful that staying calm and respecting the rules had spoken louder than any accusation. The crowd slowly began to disperse. Karen stood frozen, realizing everyone had just watched her false accusations fall apart. A young family stopped to ask how the morning had gone. I simply smiled and said it had turned into an unforgettable day. Without another word, Karen headed back toward the neighborhood. The confidence she had arrived with was completely gone. With everything behind me, I returned to fishing. Moments later, I landed one of the nicest catches of the season. Following the rules had always been important to me. Every catch was measured and handled responsibly before I kept it. Before leaving the area, the officers waved one last time. It was a simple reminder that respect is earned through honesty and responsibility. The rest of the afternoon passed in complete peace. Sometimes the best answer to conflict is simply staying calm and letting the truth speak for itself. As the sun began to set, I packed up my gear with a smile. It had been a great day for fishing, and an even better day for proving a point. That day reminded me that knowing the rules and treating others with respect will always matter more than loud accusations. Some people try to win with intimidation, while others let integrity speak for itself. In the end, respect, patience, and honesty made all the difference. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear from you.